guys, I'm SJ, I am a mum of 3 and I'm just about to start professionally sleep training my 3rd baby, and thought as I'm a vlogger I would share with you kind of all the steps I go through in a kind of little series so you can kind of learn a bit about sleep training, why I'm doing it, and just make your own mind up about whether or not you think you might want to do it, because I know so many people whose babies don't sleep very well, whether that's for the naps or at night time, but I don't know hardly anyone who's actually done any proper professional sleep training, which for me is kind of crazy, because I guess I'm just one of those people that I do kind of believe in training and in getting the professional help in, because it's so hard, especially when you're tired, to make a decision. And I feel like this decision is always on my shoulders because I'm the one predominantly doing the nights. My husband's great, he does get up and help out a lot, but it's just kind of, I've got to the point where I'm like, enough is enough. And I sleep trained my 2nd baby only at 16 months, and within 2 nights he was sleeping through the night, and he hadn't slept through the night once from birth. I think he'd actually done it once on the day we went to Legoland. He was so tired and we stayed in the Lego hotel and he slept, and I was like, we need to spend every weekend in this Lego hotel. But I was exhausted and I was at the point of basically feeling like I was going to quit my job because I'd gone back to work and I was coming home and not getting any sleep. Obviously, like, he was exhausted. That was my main thing, is he was knackered. He wasn't sleeping at night and he was just this tiredest little baby, and it broke my heart. And I got to the point where I was like, I have to do this. And the cost for me was always like, I would literally pay to have 1 night's sleep at this stage. So if I pay this and put this program in place, if somebody else puts a program in place for me, I'm good at following it and I will follow things to the letter. If someone tells me this is the way to do it, I can do that. But I find it hard to kind of find my plan and to stick to it if I've just come up with it myself. So for me, getting somebody in to help me, it's a bit like having a personal trainer. And it's like, if I wanted to lose weight and a personal trainer told me, you're going to do this day, this day, and this day, you kind of do it, and they're there to motivate you and support you, and you've paid the money, so you're going to show up. And that's the same with me with sleep training. So I'll take you on the little journey with me. I'll tell you today about kind of what sleep training I'm going to do and what Evelina's sleep is like at the moment, so you kind of get to know why I'm doing it and what my end goal is for it. And then the next vlog, so I'll probably do them maybe once a week or maybe a couple of weeks, depending on how quickly the updates go. So do hit subscribe to follow along if you're interested. So I know sleep training is really controversial, but Evelina's sleep now, she is 10 months and she did start to sleep through the night quite well, as in like she did it a couple of times over the summer holidays. And I'm at the point now where she's fully weaned, she's having her 3 meals a day. She's drinking milk very well, she's a very good feeder, she's crawling, she's pulling herself up to standing, so she's very physical during the day and she's tired. And her sleep was just taking a massive step backwards all of a sudden. She went from kind of, her classic is she'll always wake up around 10:30 or 11 crying, and she'll always wake up at least once in the night around 3:30. And some weeks that's like the classic, that's a good night basically, and then in between that can be anything from waking up. Like last night she was up 2 times in the evening before that 10 o'clock. She was up maybe one other time at least in the night. So the days kind of vary as well. And I realized that me and my husband were just like firefighting, and we weren't actually ever sitting down and talking about the problem and trying to go, what is our long-term solution for this? We were just, and also we were chucking everything at her. One night I just looked at her and I thought, you know what, we're making this a million times worse for you, because you've woken up, you're crying because you're tired, we're both in the room, we're like, get the bottle, get the Calpol, maybe it's the teething gel, like we just don't know what's wrong. And then she's up for like an hour because I think we are not helping her. And I was like, we are just doing like too much, we're over involved, and we're not at the stage where we're going to leave her to cry. Not at that stage. She's really also got separation anxiety at night, so if I go in, settle her, then I walk out the room, it's like back to square one, hysterical, panicky crying. So I'm like, how do I solve that problem? I can't just sit in this room all night. We ended up having to put her back in the travel cot, back in our room for a few nights, just to have to stop me having to do so much in the night. we basically were just going so far backwards I could just see the wheels had come off this truck. So I decided, okay, enough's enough. I want to take a positive stance, which is I'm going to book some sleep training. So I contacted the woman who did our sleep training with Finn. If anyone's after a recommendation, I will let you know her details. This isn't in association with her or anything like that. So I'm not going to mention it too much, but that's what I did. I really liked her. I'd actually stayed in touch with her, funnily enough, after she helped me so much with the Finn. We've only ever done phone consultations. I've never met her in person, but it was a great program. And as I said, I stuck to it by the letter, and that's why it worked. And it could be a totally different plan for Evelina because the problems are totally different. I'll link below what I did with Finn and why I did it. I did a vlog about that. It was actually my first ever YouTube vlog on this channel and got lots of criticism because it was about controlled crying, but criticism doesn't bother me. I get that. We're all different, and I would never say like controlled crying is for everyone, and actually I don't think it's for Evelina. I think she's too little. She's only 9, she's just done 10 months. He was 16 months and the problem is totally different. She's very sensitive and she doesn't like that separation where he wasn't. He was a very confident, independent little boy, and he still is. So this time around I'm not thinking of controlled crying, and I can't bear to leave her crying, but I need another solution. So I've contacted my sleep trainer. We started the sort of pre-work that I have to do to make sure that I'm really ready, that I understand what I'm going to be doing, and that she knows what problems I'm having and can help me. And then I'm hoping I will get a personalised plan, which I will then share with you. So her daytime naps have become a real issue because we've moved house recently, and as well as the nights going backwards, the daytime naps are going backwards in that I'm so busy. She's the third baby, she's just catnapping in the buggy. So it's like, okay, we've got to go on the school run. On the halfway way, on the way back, she'll fall asleep in the buggy. Then I get home, or we get to an activity, and then she's having to wake up, or she just wakes up when we get home. So I just find this constant catnapping is no good for her because she's always a bit tired, and it's no good for me. Like, let's be honest, like I want her to have a nap in the day when I've arranged her to have a nap and I can sit down and do something else. Like, that would be lovely. I would love that. That's my main goal, is to have that little bit of pocket of time in the day where she's napping. I can know that she's gonna have a nap, even if it's a 45-minute nap. If I know I've got 45 minutes, I can plan to do something in that 45 minutes rather than not having 1 second with 3 kids all day and getting up all night still. I'm frazzled and I'm exhausted, and I'm not being my best type of mum, the mum that I want to be. And I feel like if I get the sleep sorted first, all the other stuff might fall a bit more easily into place. So she's catnapping, and then I'm not kind of also thinking, well, how am I going to arrange my whole routine, my whole day with 3 kids around these naps? What do I need to do? I'm lost. I'm totally stuck with naps. I don't know. So today I'm filming this. It is a Thursday, and it's great because she does gymboree in the mornings on a Thursday, and she is so tired after gymboree. She has a great big nap, even though she's in her buggy. We've walked home. She's still asleep in her buggy, and that's the one guaranteed nap I have the whole week when I know she's going to be really tired. Sometimes she falls asleep late, she's got to get up to go on the school run. You know, it's a really tough life being a third baby, and I'm sure you know, you've got busy lives even with one baby. You're out and about, you need to go to the shops, you're in the car. What do? Put your whole social life on hold and stay in just to give them their naps? Like, what do I do? So all of this I'm going to be resolving over the next weeks and days, and I will just keep you updated. Let me know how your little one sleeps, if you've ever considered sleep training. I hope you find this helpful and interesting. And if you're really anti-sleep training, that's absolutely fine. Maybe just don't watch rather than say something horrible. But if you want to say something horrible, you absolutely can. It's up to everybody. This is an open forum. I'm an open book as always. And yes, I will see you in the next video. So do hit subscribe to follow along our sleep training journey, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.